Welcome, viewers, to the Cardio Advisor Videocast. It's lovely to speak to you again. Now, we're sounding a little bit like Barry White this morning. I'm afraid I've got a slight sore throat, so I thought rather than have me in the big picture, you can just hear me talk away in the background, although you can see my picture there in the little corner at the side of your screen. But there's lots to talk about regarding cars and motorsport, and of course, you can see all of these things on our social media outlets. What do you think of our new advert? We've got everything listed on it. We hope you're impressed. And remember, you can find out and see more of our videos by searching for Hugh Hattrick on YouTube, and our Twitter page, which is at Cardio Advisor 1, and also on our Facebook page, which is Cardio Advisor, all one word, of course. And we're looking to see if we can get up to 500 likes. Then the person who's the 500th subscriber, whether it be on YouTube or the 500th like on Facebook, they will get a £20 Amazon voucher. So it's competition time. But there's plenty to talk about here on the Cardio Advisor podcast show. So let's get started. Now, later on today, which is Thursday, the 7th of February, we're going to be doing our podcast with me and my colleague Andrew Dixon. And he's got some very exciting news about the Grand Tour with Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May. And a special take that Richard Hammond has been making in our local town of Churnside in the Scottish borders. That's right, he's got information on the new Jim Clark segment that they're doing for the Grand Tour, which should be on tomorrow's show. So we will have more information about that tonight as well. And we've got some mega deals available, including on the Renault Koleos, the Ford Focus, and the new Citroen C5 Aircross, as you can see pictured here. We can already save you up to £3,500 on the top of the range cars, and we can get great savings across the entire range. So we'll have more information about that a little bit later on, but let's get to the next segment. Now, if you've been listening to our podcasts over the last few weeks, you will have heard the one that I did with Super GT. And we had an option, and we brought up the topic of having a special race at the reopening of the Jim Clark Memorial Museum here in Duns, which should be in the summertime. Now, I'm pleased to say that there are a number of top sim drivers from the UK who would like to make an appearance. So what we need to do is to raise some money to be able to do it. It's roughly around about £4,500, and that pays for the rig to come up to Duns and all the technology and all the bits and pieces that are required, and also to help pay for the sim drivers to get here as well. But there's going to be a big competition, because if you're a fan of sim racing, perhaps you're a fan of Super GT or Iris or one of the other drivers that hopefully will be appearing on the race day, how would you like to be able to race against them on a proper simulator rig set up with an audience? Well, that's the prize that's going to be available if you listen to the Cardio Advisor podcast show, because we are going to take one lucky listener who's a fan of the show, and basically the prize will be come up to Duns and you can race against the top British sim drivers in a proper race. And that will probably be on iRacing or something similar, but it will be a fantastic experience and one that I'm sure you will treasure forever. So that's our special prize at the end of the show. Right, let's get to the car savings. Now, I've often talked about the Renault Koleos, as basically this car is a Nissan X-Trail, but I think on a much prettier body style, with better equipment and just a nicer car overall. It's a full-size SUV, and the prices have always been very, very low. Now, the list price were always high, but the discounts were huge. And now they've just updated the versions, and the prices are really rather competitive even from day one. And there's decent discount available. Now, this car that we can see here is actually available at a UK dealership, and it's just priced under £24,000. Now that's for the GT line automatic, and it's the two-wheel drive version. Now we can do that with any colour you like, because free metallic is included in the deal, for roughly just a shade under £25,500, which is a saving of roughly £4,500. Now if you need four-wheel drive, you can get the same version, which is the GT line all-wheel drive automatic, which has pretty much every kind of feature you can think of, and is a saving of nearly £5,000 on that. It comes up at just under £26,000. I think that one is there. Yes, that one would actually be £26,500, and that includes free metallic, and you can choose any colour that's available in metallic paint, because that's available on the offer. But that is a brilliant car, and when you consider that for that kind of money, it wouldn't get you, well, maybe towards a high-end Focus, things like that. It's a really, really good deal. So we'll get on to the next car and the next set of savings. Now this is the new Renault Kadjar GT line. It's the updated version. This one's there, as you can see, on a 68 plate. But we can get you a car very similar to this, which would now probably come on a 19 plate for March the 1st, or delivery, you know, certainly for the new registration dates thereabout, depending if it's a factory order or if it's in stock. But we can save you quite a bit of money on these. They normally come in at round about £24,000 plus. That's for the 1.3 turbo petrol in the GT line spec, which is one of the highest specifications available on this car. But we can do it for just a shade over £20,000. So you're saving at least £4,000 on that car, and we can get great savings across the entire range of the Renault Kadjar and the whole Renault range in particular. They are extremely strong at the moment, and I say it's a very easy process to buy a car. So if you need to get in touch, just call us on 01361 315 014, or give us an email, info@cardioadvisor.co.uk, and it's as simple as that. We can get you an obligation quotation, and then we can see what you think. Now we're going to be getting some new bits added to the website. In fact, it's going to be completely redone with a completely new design, with more video content, more adverts, and much more information, and including a new database, which we hope to come online round about the summertime. So you'll be able to find many more cars and to see cars that are in stock and available today. So that's being proposed at the moment, and we'll keep you up to date as to how it looks. But if you're looking for anything in particular, or if you would have any suggestions as what you would like to see on our website, or perhaps on our Facebook page, or the video content that we do on YouTube, then just send us an email, info@cardioadvisor.co.uk, and we'll do our best to make sure that we include your sections on our videos or podcasts. So that's about all for this week. But remember, our podcast is coming out later on today, so that should be with you, if not tomorrow, certainly by the weekend. And we've always got new video content coming out. And remember our prize draw. You'll be able to find more information on our YouTube channels and also on the website as we update that later on today. But it's lovely to speak to you, and take care and drive carefully. Bye just now.